Welcome to our Nexio Dashboard. Nexio was created keeping our integrated merchants in mind when it comes to providing a robust, secure, and scalable way for our merchants to reconcile their payments with us. Here are a few reasons why other centers and merchants are loving this system. You will receive deposit summaries and in-depth details on transactions contributing to them, including batches, fees, and chargebacks. You will have access to all your merchant processing statements online. If you have multiple locations, Nexio makes it easier for you by consolidating all those locations into one admin account. For additional details or a live demo, you are more than welcome to reach out to our technical support team. When you first log in to the Nexio dashboard, you will automatically be directed to the dashboard homepage. Here you can see a summary of your processing history up to the present for sales volume, processed transactions, approvals and declines, and chargebacks. By default, this summary is based on data from the day of your boarding to the present day, but you can adjust the dates that are being displayed by selecting a date range here. Below your username, you can adjust which merchant accounts you are viewing in the Nexio dashboard. By default, the dashboard displays all merchant accounts associated with your Nexio login, but you can adjust which ones are currently being viewed by selecting them here. In the Transaction tab, you can view details of any transaction ran through your merchant account. You can search for transactions within a specific date range by selecting those dates here. If you have more detailed information that you want to filter transactions by, you can enter that information into any of the corresponding filter boxes found at the top of each column under the column headers. If a column does not appear, or you would like to hide certain columns from view, you can select those columns by pressing the plus button to the right of the column headers and selecting or deselecting the desired columns. You can also export your current view to a CSV file by pressing the Export to CSV button found here. This will download the data into a CSV file you can use for your own reconciliation purposes. When a customer files for a chargeback for their bank, the details of said report are found here. You will also receive an email informing you of the chargeback if you set that feature in Nexio settings. If you click on a specific filing, you can see the specifics of when the dispute began, amount disputed, the description, etc. Additionally, you can view the original transaction by selecting Open Original Transaction. Here you can see the details of the original transaction, but will not be able to refund because there is a chargeback associated with the transaction. If you want to dispute a chargeback, simply add your description, attach original receipts and any other documents related to the transaction, and press Submit. The chargeback dispute claim is then automatically e-faxed to the appropriate bank. On the right-hand side of the chargebacks homepage, you also have a Columns to Display button and an Export to CSV button. Whenever a batch is sent to the bank, it shows up in the Batch Details tab. You can click on any of the batches here to look through all transactions that were a part of a specific batch. In the Batch Details tab, you can see the number of transactions within each batch under the Count column, as well as the total amount of funds of all transactions in each batch. On the right-hand side of the Batch Details tab, you also have a Columns to Display button and an Export to CSV button. In the Settings menu, you can view and edit your current user details and change the time zone the transactions are displayed in. You can also enable or disable notifications in the Notifications tab. In the User Management tab, you can view the list of current users for your Nexio account and make changes to them by selecting the three dots in a row under the Actions tab and selecting Edit or Delete. When you select Edit, you will be able to change the role that the user has to be an administrator, a standard user, or a view-only user. You can also add a new user by selecting Add New User and entering in an email and account role and selecting which merchant accounts they should have access to. The Merchant Management tab allows you to select which merchant accounts are being used, just like when you select the merchant account name in the top left of the dashboard.